Well, hello there. Isn't it glorious? I can't believe it. This is the 30th of April, and we've got this glorious sunshine. It should be tipping it down now. But there's interestingly enough, I saw a document the other day about cloud cover, and they say that from the data that they've analysed over the last 100 years or so, they reckon that cloud cover has been reducing. Therefore, that means that the planet is warming up. And of course, the land is drying out as well. You wouldn't know that when you go in the backfields around this way, because they were all flooded up until a month ago. All the fields were flooded. But yeah, so that's reducing the water vapour in the atmosphere to collect as clouds. So without the cloud cover, the planet is warming up. It's got nothing to do with CO2 after all. But then again, you can't tax sunshine and you can't tax clouds. But you can tax CO2 because that's a result of using fossil fuels. Now, the term fossil fuels was invented in the 1960s. I think it was 1957 actually, when Rothschild, something to do with the oil industry, declared oil as a fossil fuel, meaning that its availability was quite scarce, so he could govern the price of oil. As you probably are aware, oil is the second most abundant liquid on planet Earth, next to water. Water's the most, oil's the next. And there was some chap was saying that it's replenishing itself at a rate faster than we can use it. So why aren't we drilling? So let's go drill, baby, drill, and get some of that oil. I know that we have to think that oil may run out in the future, and we have to plan for that in the future. So how are we going to do that? Well, doing what we're doing at the moment, which is destroying the economy, destroying the ecostructure of the planet. I mean, everyone says that their cars, my electric car is green. But at what cost? Your green car is not green. What about all the minerals that you've had to dig up? You've had to make the average car battery, you've got to dig up like hundreds of tons of soil to get your minerals. And the child labour involved. Much like the blood diamonds that we had, a few decades ago, where every diamond had to be accounted for because of the child labour involved in extracting these diamonds, the same thing should happen to the lithium for car batteries. We should find out what is really happening for this. And some of these experts are saying that if you really want to go to provide the whole planet with renewables, it's going to take you 4,000 years of mining to get enough minerals and copper and zinc and whatever chemicals go into building solar panels, wind farms and all that kind of stuff. It's going to take us absolute age, more than several lifetimes, several hundred lifetimes, in fact, to dig up enough minerals to build enough wind turbines to power the planet. The best thing that we could do would be to invest in nuclear energy, especially in the UK, where we have very little earthquakes. Now, I have survived an earthquake. I was actually in Greece a couple of years ago when there was an earthquake at about 2 o'clock in the morning. Not very nice. Nothing broke in the little apartment that we were in, but it scared us a bit. It scared me and Sarah. Well, Sarah was more scared than I was. I'd been at sea and been through things like that before. But yet we need to be investing in green energy like nuclear power. The waste from nuclear power is nothing compared to the waste produced in oil, gas and coal. And it's nothing like the waste, the non-green infrastructure that solar or wind provide. We have to spend an absolute fortune on improving the grid if we're going to ship that much energy through the grid to power all these electric vehicles. Well, we ain't going to do it. It will be an impossible task. It will take us at least the next 50 years of mining copper to start building the infrastructure required to put up the power cables. The correct thickness of power cables. As you know, the smaller the wire, the more current you push down the small wire, the hotter it gets. Just look inside your toaster when you switch it on. Those red elements are because they're pushing lots of current through very thin wires. And that's what's heating up your toast. And that's what's happening to the grid at the moment. We're pushing far too much energy through the grid, and we're at the point of blacking out, not because we haven't got the energy, but because we're pushing too much current through too small a cables. Anyway, I've rambled on, and I'm pretty sure I won't get monetized for this because it doesn't go, it doesn't follow the YouTube narrative of global warming, which, as you all know, is a scam. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next one.